Hello everyone and welcome back to another Diecast review. Today we have a brand new release which is going to be Ryan Blaney's number 12 Maytag / Menards Ford Mustang Throwback for the 2020 season. Now he is throwing it back to his former Penske teammate Paul Menard with his 2003 ARCA Menards Series win. Now I totally did not Google that and look it up on my computer and write it down on a piece of paper so I wouldn't forget. I don't know what you're talking about. But, anyway, let's go ahead and get to this diecast review because this is a fantastic looking paint scheme. Again, this has just been released. This is one of the newest releases we have right now. So, yeah, very, very excited to get into it. And I think this is there was two that was released. There was, of course, the number 12 and the number 21. So, kind of flip the numbers around. But we got Ryan Blaney and Matt DiBenedetto. So we got those two throwbacks. Those are the first throwbacks of the 2020 season that have been released in the Gold Series. We may get some in Authentics. I'm sure we probably will. But definitely going to go with the Gold Series on these. For the banners are amazing. They got the playoffs banners now. Because if you know, Matt DiBenedetto did make it into the playoffs and so did Ryan Blaney. But anyway, let's take a closer look at this bad boy and see how it looks. And boom, just like that, with a matter of clicking the stop button, taking the diecast out, slamming it on the table, and hitting the resume button, here is the diecast out of the box. Now, very, very, very deep blue. A very dark and deep blue. It's brighter on camera, but in person it's a lot deeper, I can promise you that. Very, very nice paint scheme. Let's look at the playoffs banner real quick, just so we can kind of get something new. So, look at that. Playoffs banner, that's really nice. I don't think it's really messed up too bad, but I mean, it is a little wonky. And then, this is something I'm kind of sad about. Here is the playoff spoiler. It is gray. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be silver, but they probably can't do that, because, I don't know why, but I'm assuming they can't. But either way, I would rather prefer, hear me out, I'd much rather prefer the green playoff markings, only because it's more of a playoff, because like on this scheme, right, we have the banner and the spoiler. So, in the old days, well, literally last year, we had splitter, banner, and spoiler. That was perfect. Front, middle, back. I thought that was amazing. Now, the green did not clash with the paint schemes as well as the gray does. The gray is a little more acceptable and it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb, but at the same time, if you're in the playoffs, you would want to have a bright indicator on your car letting the fans know, hey, that guy's in the playoffs. You know what I mean? But there's pros and cons to this, at least with me. I know a lot of people hated the Monster Energy green, but personally, I like it. I think it was, I don't know, between the Sprint and the Monster Energy, I prefer the yellow, so the Sprint colors, but then if it was put on like it did in 16, where I had the splitter, banner, and spoiler, I think that's what they had. If it was something like that, I would have been fine. But either way, I think it is a little better. I hate how the throwbacks was ran in the playoffs, but where all this craziness happened in 2020, they kind of didn't really have a choice. So that was one thing I knew was going to be a problem. Like for my series, right? Say Blaney doesn't make the playoffs. Say he doesn't. That banner is going to be inaccurate, and then so is the splitter. So I'm going to have to fix that in my series. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this diecast right here. So I got Maytag right here on the hood, and my phone's about to die. So I'm going to cut this right here, charge it for a minute, and then be back. Alright, we are back with a whopping 30% battery, which is hopefully enough to get through this diecast review. So anyway, moving on to the playoffs banner. I do believe that's where we left off. Got the playoffs banner out there, got the two Ford logos on the side. Right here to the roof, we got the little stripes and the 12. Now I think the 12 is a little small, in my opinion, because if you look closely, the 12 on the roof is actually smaller than the 12 on the side of the door. Now, if anything, it should be the opposite. But I guess where they had these little stripes here, I guess I just tried to, I don't know, make it fit into the blue. Now, I don't like that, because it doesn't look right. It looks way too small. So that's really the only kind of nitpicking I'm going to do, is because this 12 is way too small for my liking. I like the bigger numbers that take up a lot of the roof. So yeah, not really my deal with the 12, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. They did that for the paint scheme, and I do understand that. Doesn't mean I like it, but I do understand it. Got Blaney right there on the back banner. Moving on to the deck lid, we got a whole bunch of contingencies. We got Maytag, what was that? It's either Kid or Kitty, Libman, Jax, or Jack Links, I think it's Jack Links, Cardell, Target, Target, Duracell, Moen, Atlas, and Slovenia. I think that's how you say that. I don't know. I could be wrong. I probably butchered a lot of those contingencies there, but I mean, hey, whatever. Right here on the back, we got that gray. It looks like clay. It really does. And we got some little spots on the, you can kind of see the spots in the spoiler. I don't really know what that is. Maybe that's just because it's new paint or something. They're trying it out with a different paint mechanism, or not really mechanism, but a new paint, I guess, is why they kind of look like that. But either way, got a nice blue right here on the back. The Menards taillights is a little shifted over to the right. Don't know why. The 12 is a little shifted down. That's fun. I guess this is a race version of some kind. Got the Michigan Ford plate that's kind of crooked and stuck up underneath that little indentation there, so that's nice. This whole back end's a little rough looking. Got a little white piece here. I don't know why. I guess, is that even... oh, okay, no, never mind. It came off. I don't know where it came from, but it got off, so that's okay. That's something. Right here on the side, we got Menards, Maytag. Look at these new tires. Now, the original tires had a thin blue line all the way around, but we didn't get those, and that's fine. It is what it is. We got a brand new Goodyear tire that's going to be really nice for customs, for throwbacks, if anybody wants to do those. Got Knopf, Richmond there, Dex Imaging, got Advanced Auto Parts right there, beside, or, like, what, that would be the C-pillar, right? Yeah, like, going to the C-pillar. So you got Ryan Blaney there, you got one winter sticker. I do believe that is from Talladega. You can zoom in here, got Ford. I don't remember what that one is. PPG, Maytag, and Discount Tire. Got a little stripe going on from the front wheel well up and shoots back to the back of the car. Looks really, really nice. Got a 12 with a green outline. I don't know why it's green. I mean, I'm not saying, oh, it shouldn't be green. No, I'm saying I don't know why they chose green for an outline. And, like, especially if this is, like, to the throwback and this is, like, legitimate, like, there was a green outline. I don't know why. I don't think the green really clashes with the paint scheme. And I don't know why they would do that, but, I mean, I wouldn't do it personally if I was designing the scheme. But, I mean, hey, it is what it is. It happens. That's just part of the scheme. Got the round of 16 right there. They got the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs, so we got new playoff contingencies as well. Really, really cool. Got the Goodyear tire right there. Well, not the tire, but you got the Goodyear logo above the tire. You got Lincoln Motors and Sunoco there. Got the 12. Let's take a look at this front end, shall we? Let's see how terribly done this is, or how well done this is. Okay, so looks like this right here is a little off, but I mean, I can deal with that. It's nothing crazy. I can live with it. It's nothing terrible, but this headlight right here, the left side, is a little off, but again, nothing I'm going to complain about. But you got the kind of rainbow, it's not really rainbow, but the kind of orange, and it reminds me of a sunset, that orange and yellow. You got that orange and yellow stripe carrying along around the front end. Now there's a wee little bit of red down there, you can barely see that, and then there's a little gap of blue underneath, or in front of the splitter. I don't know why. I'm assuming that's not because of the paint scheme, because I'm sure how it was decaled, it was across the front bumper, and then they had the front bumper stick out for, the mold, first of all. So that probably doesn't really matter with the mold, because all molds are the same when it comes to the Ford Mustangs, because, again, they run different plate tracks, or not plate tracks, but they run different packages, there we go, different packages that may have not really clashed with these front bumpers or these splitters here, so I'm not really going to put them on that for just that reason specifically. But anyway, this paint scheme is really, really nice. Now this is a throwback. This is a really, really good throwback. We need to see more throwbacks like these. They are just really, really nice. And you might want to get these while you can, because there are a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, more than you would think, that will buy these specific paint schemes for customs, because they could use think about it, they can use the tires, they can use the playoff banner. Don't put it past us as diecast makers to do that, because I might have done that before. I haven't, but I've definitely bought a few for a interior swap or stuff like that. So I would definitely be looking out for this. If you do not have it, definitely get it. Definitely one of the better ones. We are going to be reviewing the Matt DiBenedetto one Monday, so stay tuned for that. But with that being said, I do believe that will be all for this Diecast review. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Upside down.